Hey everyone, welcome to another Throwback Thursday. Given that Kenneth Anger had passed away recently, I thought I would make this one about Kenneth Anger. Kenneth Anger was a major influence in my life. He, to me, was like probably one of the best filmmakers, and he was, as many of you might know, a Luciferian, but he wasn't the same kind of Luciferian as I am. His version was more pagan oriented because he was influenced by Aleister Crowley so much and Thelema. This was a book that he wrote about the scandals in Hollywood, and it's not by, it's not about like his religious beliefs or anything. It's all about the scandals of Hollywood. And let me see here. It was published in 1975. Goes into stars, overdosing, murders, things that had happened. There is a short documentary that is based on this that he did, but yeah, it is interesting if you're into this kind of thing. But he actually wrote 3 of them, and the third one was unpublished because he said that he feared that Church of Scientology was going to come after him, because he goes into Scientology and all that. But that's Jane Mansfield's vehicle there. So pretty graphic. Get some graphic images of things that have happened to stars. Yeah. One of them actually OD'd, and her dog ended up eating her body because the dog was starving. She was a 20 star. In fact, the musician Nick Lowe did a song about her also. So, but the second one is also available. I only have this one. And like I said, the third one was never published because he goes into Scientology. And, he figured that they were going to come after him. And then this is an unauthorized biography. He was not happy that this book was made. Largely because he wanted to stay private in his life. But it is a good book. You can still get it. It's from 1995. It's very detailed book about him. Goes into like his time in the Rolling Stones and Led Zeppelin. As many of you know, he was kind of a guru in the Rolling Stones, in a way. back in the 60s. And then later, of course, he worked with Jimmy Page, you know, because they were both into Aleister Crowley. So that's actually him. So, yeah. His film, Fireworks, of course, was very edgy for the time, and heavily scrutinized because it was very homosexual in nature. And you can get a lot of his films now on DVD, and they might be available on Netflix even. I don't know. I don't have Netflix, but I don't believe in streaming. But yeah, they're still available, so you can get them. And then this is a really nice book about his films specifically. So if you're interested in reading about his films, it's a really good one. Got a lot of images. Talks about like the challenges that he faced with Lucifer Rising. That's why it took him forever to finish that film. Because actually one of the stars that was playing Lucifer actually fell off a scaffold and died. And then, of course, he couldn't find any actors that wanted to play and stuff for a while. And even tried to get Mick Jagger to play Lucifer. But, yeah. This came out in 2002. Yeah. So, of course, Mick Jagger declined. So, kind of took him a while. At least that didn't come out until the 80s. And it was supposed to come out in the 60s. Yep. Okay. This is a really good book. But yeah, so they're all good books. It just depends on what you're into. I recommend this one, and I recommend this one. Definitely. Hollywood Babylon may or may not be your thing. So, yeah. I don't know what else I can say. I mean, they're really good books about it. Yeah. So, reading about the 60s, I mean, it was a magical time for him. He had a major influence going on with certain individuals. So, and honestly, if I had more time, I could go into some of the interesting stories that I have read about him. You know, how he supposedly, for example, he claims that he put a curse on Led Zeppelin because he was booted out of Jimmy Page's basement by his old lady. So, you know, and it's interesting how quickly that band declined shortly after. So, probably did text him. But, yeah. So, great man. He was 96 when he passed away, so he lived pretty long for a man. I mean, the average man, they say that like the average lifespan of male is like 79 years. So he did pretty good. And I think he might have passed away in a nursing home or something. But I'm not sure. So, yeah. Yeah. I mean, his films were such a great inspiration for me that I actually went to film school because of him. Because I was interested in making these art films. But unfortunately, the school didn't feel that I should be making art films, so they were kind of pushing the Hollywood thing on everybody. And that ultimately led me to dropping out of film school. Yeah. So if you did enjoy this video, please hit like and subscribe. Thank you.